Mr. Chairman, today's hearing injects cheap partisan politics into a subcommittee that up until this point had rightly prided itself on working in a bipartisan manner, whether you or I wielded the gavel. Using this subcommittee to mount a partisan attack on Senate Democrats under the guise of exploring a question that everyone already knows the answer to, are shutdowns bad for aviation safety, is an unfortunate departure from our past practice. Yes, government shutdowns are bad. Shutdowns are painful for all members of the career civil service that Donald Trump has gleefully attacked and traumatized since the first day of his chaotic second term in office. Shutdowns harm Americans that rely on their government for critical support and services, like the hungry kids that Trump refused to feed despite sitting on a $6 billion SNAP contingency fund. That's why Democrats voted to prevent a shutdown and voted repeatedly to reopen the government. Look, it's good that Senate Republicans finally agree with us that shutdowns are bad. I only wish there had been bipartisan agreement that millions of Americans losing health care coverage is also bad. Had Donald Trump and my Republican colleagues merely agreed with us on that principle, there would never have been a government shutdown in the first place, period. The sad irony is that failure to extend middle-class tax relief will hit red states the most. And the damage won't be merely disruptive and damaging, it will be catastrophic for Americans already struggling to get by. If Republicans fail to cleanly extend the ACA tax credits, the uninsured rate in Kansas will explode by 32% in 2026. And in Texas, the threat is even worse, with the Texas uninsured rate projected to skyrocket by 39%. 39%. Now, when it comes to championing our chronically overworked and understaffed ATC workforce, I will take a backseat to nobody on this committee. I will not be lectured by a senator who professes to love our controllers only when it's politically convenient. But when behind closed doors, away from cameras, that Cancun-loving senator not only failed to advocate for a max hiring requirement during FAA reauthorization negotiations, he actually opposed it. Let's make it clear, the guy that you think loves air traffic controllers opposed max hiring requirements for air traffic controllers during FAA reauthorization. So if Senate Republicans truly cared about controllers, beyond using them as partisan political pawns, they would have done what they've done numerous times before they truly care about something: change the rules. Yet, not only did Senate Republicans fail to change the rules to allow a simple majority to reopen the government, they blocked numerous Democratic bills from passing that would have paid civil servants during the shutdown. They even failed to force a vote on Chairman Cruz's bill to pay controllers during that shutdown. He had a bill to pay you. I also don't want to hear any BS about Donald Trump caring about air traffic controllers. If Trump cared about controllers being paid, he would have paid them. Does anyone seriously think that Donald Trump needs congressional permission to raid the Airport and Airway Trust Fund to keep the FAA operating during a shutdown? Please. He didn't ask for permission to raid the DoD R&D accounts to ensure that the military received paychecks during a shutdown. I'm glad they did, but he paid them because he wanted to. He didn't pay you because he didn't want to pay you. When Trump cares about something like building a ballroom, bailing out Argentina, denying SNAP benefits to low-income Americans, he just does it. If he wanted to pay air traffic controllers, he would have paid you. Consequences, laws, and norms be damned as far as he's concerned. Trump's failure to simply cut paychecks for air traffic controllers confirms what should have already been obvious. Donald Trump doesn't give a damn about the ATC workforce. Look, the shutdown is over. But for 500,000 Illinoisans, millions of Texans, and over 200,000 Kansans, the threat of a devastating healthcare crisis looms large. This includes Americans like our witness here today, Ms. Eileen Spickler of Ottawa, Kansas. Eileen's husband, Barry, will be forced to forego health insurance because they simply can't afford to lose the $1,100 in tax relief that enables them to afford their monthly premiums. Eileen and Barry are not unique. They are among the 24 million Americans who are desperate for Republicans to extend enhanced premium tax credits. This should be easy. We just need to strike a word or two, or simply replace numbers in two places in the tax code. That's it. If Speaker Johnson had the courage to bring it to a vote, there are at least 229 votes in the House to pass the bipartisan Premium Tax Credit Extension Act, a Republican-authored bill that would cleanly extend the ACA's enhanced premium tax credits. I truly hope Senate Republicans will see the light and realize delivering tax relief that makes health care affordable for middle-class Americans can be, and indeed should be, a common-sense affordability policy that unites Republicans and Democrats alike. And let's stop turning this committee into partisan sham attacks on one another and get down to the real work of keeping America's flying public safe. I yield back.